Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
Gyrocopter!
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Dark Seer.
Dire team pick.
Welcome back, everybody, to the defense. We are here with our second game of the first series for AAC versus Golden Boys, game number 2. As I'm trying to stall time in order to get my camera over to Durka. Sorry, guys, we had a crash beforehand, so technology, isn't it great, guys? All right, let's jump into our second game, shall we?
It's been a wonderful day.
It has. Just fantastic. All right. For AAC versus Golden Boys, we have a Darkseer and Winter Wyvern in the pool, a Gyrocopter and Storm Spirit for Golden Boys. So they will get their hands on the Storm Spirit this time around. For AAC banned it away last time in the second phase, but we have the Wyvern Darkseer, which is dirty pool, man. That combination is rough to deal with.
Like, the thing is, last game 4SC banned out, what, 4 mid lane heroes out of their 5 bans?
Mm-hmm.
And now Golden Boys have their mid and their safe lane. They don't have an offlaner yet. 4SC are probably just going to ban out a bunch of offlaners after the Dazzle. What is there left? Clockwork and Spirit Breaker? Then you have to go into some really... I guess Beastmaster is still there for Golden Boys, one of their sort of niche picks that they can go for.
I think you're okay with giving away the Clockwork too. I mean, not 100%, but
it's not a game breaker.
Yeah, because at this point in time, I would be looking at it and going, what heroes mid are you going to run against that Storm Spirit? Because if you give away the Spirit Breaker, then you're going to feel that pressure, right? And if the Storm Spirit wins his middle lane, like, it's really tough to come back from there. You have to shut down the Storm Spirit early, whether it's in the laning phase or it's those first couple of rotations. Otherwise, he gets it really fast. Bloodstone just starts snowballing altogether. Clockwork can't really put the same kind of presence. Okay, they go back to the Beastmaster, which we'll see where Golden Boys, what their offlaner is going to be. But an Animage now for 4AC, all right, that's one way to deal with the Storm Spirit. No matter how late in the game it goes, Storm Spirit is countered.
And then whoever they put mid, 4SC can still go for something like the Naga Siren or the Skarath Mage, to act as that zoning force to stop Storm having such a great time. And then even if you do have a hero mid with a Storm Spirit, it's not going to be as great. I don't think a Skarath Mage here would be amazing. The fact they've got Winter Wyvern who fits a similar role already, but a Naga Siren would work really nicely. We've seen her coupled up with Darkseer a lot.
Oh yeah, that's true.
the high armor and decent HP pool you get, add in a stout shield, PMS, ring of protection, whatever it is, choose your poison. Throw an iron shell on her, and heroes just drop like flies. You just walk into them. You can't really stop her.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I like that. Clockwork is going to be the choice for Golden Boys. They leave the Spirit Breaker alone for this game. We'll see. Maybe he can still be picked up as a 4 position, as Golden Boys only have the supports left. 4 anchors, I mean, I would definitely be down with a Naga Siren. I think that would work pretty great with their lineup. You'd be a little bit concerned you don't have that other support lockdown against the Storm Spirit. You just have the Winter Wyvern, but I guess the Storm Spirit's already countered by the AM enough that you don't have to worry about him. Lion is instead their choice, so they continue to put more pressure on the Storm Spirit with that instant disabler, and they go for the Skywrath Mage on Golden Boys to couple up with the Clockwork.
I really like that. Also, it's the same kind of story I was spinning about the Naga Siren. You put the Skywrath mid with a Storm for the first 45 seconds, minute or so. And 4AC have to do the same with the Winter Wyvern. Arctic Burn is a great way of dealing with the Skywrath Mage if he's throwing out Arcane Bolts, but you don't have the same cooldown, and you definitely don't have the same mana pool when Skywrath is going to buy a couple of Clarities and just keep throwing nukes at you over and over again. The mid hero here for 4AC, though, what do they actually go for? Like with that, like Alina obviously would be the perfect pick. You know, that would be the hero to deal with Storm, and then the Gyro with your Yule's Aghanim Scepter. But what do you actually go on into? Your dire side, so you could go for a Templar Assassin, I guess. But I expect Golden Boys to ban that out. The fact that TA works pretty well with the Winter's Curse Darkseer as well. You know, Sideblade through the targets trapped in there. And then you can farm up decently over in the Ancients and take an early Roshan. You can apply a lot of pressure with that.
Sorry, I'm just gonna check something here real quick. See if
10 seconds.
See if that helps. Because apparently we have a little bit of echo from in-game sounds. See if that does anything. Hopefully that's good. We do have our Earthshaker banned away by 4ASC.
I mean, I get my audio from.
You get it from your computer?
Yeah.
You do?
At least that's what I heard before. Like, if I turn... Oh god, I can't see where it is. Well, I was before anyway. Yeah, I get audio from my PC.
That's probably the problem then. I don't know why I can't hear it, but it must be going into the stream. Okay, we got
fun times.
Support for Golden Boys. What is it going to be?
Well, Scarstorm mid, Clockwork top.
I would still like a Blink Dagger Initiator.
Like who?
They could go real greedy and go for the Sand King 4 position that we haven't seen in forever, but I don't know. I feel like they're probably just going to go for something a little bit more standard, like pick up a Rubik or something like that. Just early presence. But if they wanted to get real greedy, they could still go for that melee initiator and have. I mean, that would be a hero that would immediately just like pop the Winter Wyvern or Lion. It'd be good initiation over the Animage for the Storm Spirit to be able to follow up. So I feel like they just need a bit more control, but something that goes blank. Honestly, I would have liked Lion for Golden Boys as well, but when they have a Skywrath Mage, it's kind of
Can you get away with a DK here from 4ASC? Like, there are very few mid heroes left, right? Dragon Knight offers you this like a different kind of pressure than the TA. You know, you don't have that, oh god, she's farming. Oh, okay.
You need an early game hero, that's for sure. Yeah. Because you have both Animage and Darkseer on the team. Oh, Crystal Maiden. Okay, they are going to go a little bit greedy with their 4 position and grab the Crystal Maiden that's able to jungle. The Ember Spirit, I guess, offers you some presence. Like, he's able to battle at 15 minutes in, where most other mids are not. I don't think DK was really a bad choice, especially seeing how we've watched DKs destroy Storm Spirits going into the mid game in the past with like the Blink Dagger build, or maybe even the Glimmer Cape Shadowblade build. But It is a bit greedy, I think, to go for the Ember Spirit, who's a lot more like he'll fall off going 25 minutes. He should have fallen off by then, and then he has to start focusing on, okay, finishing up that Battle of Fury, start working on the Crystallis, Daedalus, etc., etc. So I don't know what is going to close that gap, right? Because you have 40 minutes where the Animage comes online and he's super duper strong, etc., etc. Takes over the game. Same goes with the Ember Spirit in a way. Later it goes, he'll start becoming more and more powerful. But what's going to do that 25 to 45 minute marker where the Ember Spirit is no longer viable as just like an early game brawler? It's just a little bit too late for that. And you have a Darkseer who doesn't offer you, like, he offers you team fight potential and stuff, but he's not the kind of like tempo controlling offlaner that is able to, you know, make sure the mid game still goes well for them. These supports are, you know, they can do a lot, but they'll definitely rely on a great early game. Like the Lion getting an early Blink Dagger could help them out in the mid game, but
my one biggest worry is this: it's against a Clockwork and a Scarth Mage. That Ancient Seal can, you know, make or break the Ember Spirit. If you get that on him, force him to go Amanda style. That limits his, you know, farm potential later on. Then really slows down his build. But we were looking at the win rates of Ember and Anti-Mage the other day, and they're actually relatively similar. I think from like 20 to 30 minutes, Ember Spirit has a sub 50% win rate, and then 30 to 45, whatever it is, he actually gets a lot stronger. Then after that, he falls off. So even though he's seen as this like late game, oh god, he can, you know, hold high ground, he can split push as well. His win rate isn't that great going into super late game. Yeah, Anti-Mage and Ember are both kind of, you know, 45-minute peak. Let's go and do stuff heroes.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that. I still think that late game though they have the advantage just because they have AM and Ember. And then there's a Storm Spirit on the enemy team who's like the best late game hero that Golden Boys has, but is so heavily countered by the AM. But yeah, I could definitely see how they kind of occupy the same space in a way.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty standard setup on lanes here. Varlex knows that the Scarth Mage is going to come mid to try and shut down Nymphy. So it's going to be support against support, the Scarth against Wyvern at mid, while Ember just tries to farm away with the Storm Spirit there as well. But the safe lane is the interesting one, because Anti-Mage plus Lion, they can actually play aggressively early on. Go for, you know, maybe even a level 1 mana break on Boogie, push into the Clockwork, force him out of lane. Skarlark, again, does not he does not have an easy lane. He can get zoned out heavily, while Trixie down the bottom lane. Oh, are they doing it this way around? Varlex is bot, and Scarth is there as well. With Crystal Maiden, you know, we mentioned she was going to be heading into the jungle. There's actually just going to be a 1v1 mid.
Denied.
I'm really surprised. Winter Wyvern always spends his time in the middle lane just because he's so powerful there. But I guess if this can ensure that Trixie does get... I guess that because the Skyrath Mage is one of the few heroes that can really pressure the Darkseer incredibly heavily in the first wave, that maybe you require that support to be able to get your level 2. Otherwise, you could just get zoned out and never get that level 2, which is a requirement for you to have that escape mechanism.
Looks like Kaiser was super confident in his play at mid lane as well. 5-1. Pretty dominant performance so far. Hasn't missed the last hit yet, while Nymphy is struggling a little bit. You kind of expect that the first, 2-3 levels or so. Nymphy definitely does hit a power spike once he hits like level 7 to 9, when he's got 4 in either Flame Guard or Searing Chains, and you've got that push forward with the Remnants. You can kill the Storm. Getting level 6 here for both heroes is very important. Either one can kill each other. Like, there's kill potential from both sides. The Ball Lightning of the Remnant spam can burn through the Flame Guard, but equally the Searing Chains with the Remnants forward, if Ember hits level 6 first, can go and kill off the Storm.
Yeah, so waiting on that potential rotation over to the lane. Now that they have level 2, I kind of expected Valix to go over there, but he still has not made that rotation. Meanwhile, Skanks is just doing the jungle as per the normal. He's stacking up the hard camp while clearing through the bigger creeps, so that'll be a quick way for Storm Spirit or Gyrocopter to farm up a decent amount. Meanwhile, Skylark, nice zoning there with the cogs, and we'll be able to get some experience before the line can come and harass him. But as you said, this lane can definitely get aggressive. In fact, Skylark's about to feel that aggressiveness right now. A little bit of impale. Fortunately, Boogie only just now picking up the boots. Didn't really have the movement speed to threaten Skylark. It's always tough playing a Clockwork against a carry that has a blink mechanism, just because you can't aggressively play against the support, because they always have the knowledge that, my carry will just jump inside with me and tank up that battery assault. So the best Skylark can really do here is go for aggressively burning away the supports and the carry's mana via cogs.
The Dire don't have anyone dedicated to stacking yet, though. Valix is now looking towards the Ancients to build them up. Not sure exactly who for at this point. Maybe the AM a little bit later on. But there's no one in the jungle building things up for the Ember. So the Storm is going to have a pretty big advantage when he heads over to the medium camp. Because Skank...
Oh, maybe next time he's going to go down. Nice combo there. Trixie seeing the opportunity, surging up Valix and giving him an Ion Shell. And Valix just runs down the Skywrath Mage. Nice pick off for... it's actually our first blood. So big time kill there, and he may just be able to rotate. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana, but if you can get one of those surprise Splinter Blasts from long range, slow down the Storm Spirit, and Ember Spear just runs him down now that he has level 3 Flame Guard. You can't burst through that Flame Guard fast enough. You'll still take so much damage. He'd have to pop 2 different Remnants in order to kill it. So chances are he's going to be able to get a good 4 seconds of burn time against you if they play it correctly, but doesn't look like they're going to rotate him in. Valix continuing to stay here at this bottom area.
The age-old argument in Twitch chat about Anti-Mage falling off.
Yeah.
Anti-Mage doesn't fall off. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't.
In this game, you could say he doesn't, because he's versus a Storm Spirit. Yeah. Storm Spirit is a ticking time bomb, essentially, for his team. No matter how well you play the Storm Spirit, eventually you're going to get caught in that situation where he ults you and you kill some of your allies in the process.
Storm is a powder keg, and Anti-Mage is chain-smoking cigars at this point. It's like, one ember from that cigar is going to flick off and blow up that Storm Spirit.
Yeah, Nephi's got his level 6 now. Kaiser, also level 6, so no opportunity for a kill here either way. Counterward gets laid out in order to block out the Ancient stack. Oh, that should have been revealed by Valix, so we'll see if he actually counterwards it or not. Skylark just desperately trying to pull the creeps as much as possible. He's level 3 compared to Darkseer's level 5. That dual lane working out very nicely for the Darkseer and Winter Wyvern. Oh, pick off there. Darkseer does end up going down. A bit surprised, but looks like he just played it a bit too overly aggressive.
Yeah, he got up into the creep wave for the triple Ion Shell, and Madara tanking up a ton of this. He's dropping low, but he's got himself a salve, so it'll be perfectly fine there. I'm still looking towards mid and waiting for Kaiser. The defensive remnant out from Nemphy. He knows that this potential is here if the Skywrath moves over, or even the Crystal Maiden. But Valix and Skank's going to spot each other over in the river. And Valix with the attack range will just launch out a couple of hits.
These two supports have been running into each other quite a bit. Well, this is going to be awkward. Call down is going to go out. They slow down Madara as best as possible, but Trixie is still definitely dead. Valix does have a TP, but is he actually going to be able to get away? He's going to TP over the trees, but they see him. Frostbite isn't quite yet ready. So thanks in part to the neutrals, Winter Wyvern will be able to escape. But still, the pickoff on the Darkseer is very important. He was getting rather over-leveled, especially in comparison to this poor Clockwork.
Yeah, but the one thing that Clockwork has kind of enabled here is that he's limiting Boogie's farm a little bit. Like, it's not a massive amount. It's not really discernible from free farm anti-mage by too much. But the fact that Boogie's always looking to jump forward and burn the clock's mana to limit the rocket flare spam means that he is missing out a few last hits here and there. But with this build, he'll probably just go into the Treads Battle Fury and have that by like 13.5, 14 minutes. Then occupy the jungle for a good while. Now, we haven't seen a lot of Lion recently, and it was the pick of 6.83, right along with Vengeful Spirit. But when you have a carry like Anti-Mage who does, go into the jungle to farm, you can put the Lion up on top lane for extended periods of time to get into your Blink Dagger. So you can actually make up for that little deficit that maybe you'd get otherwise. Because Lions recently, without that opportunity, have just been running around with Tranquil Boots and maybe, luckily, getting a kill here or there with a Finger of Death.
Yeah, and the offlaner still feels a lot of pressure on him, despite the fact he's matched up one-on-one against the support. Well, here comes a big call down here. Boogie's going to be forced to get out, and OK Sia is going to go down as the Lion. So a quick pick off there. Nice rotation out for the Gyrocopter, but now Nemphy is going to be able to get the kill on Madara, and that will not be worth it for Golden Boys as they lose their carry. Skylark, nice job, but unfortunately just wasn't quite in time, and now he's going to go down. The burn as well as the Ion Shell just proved to be a bit too much. Yeah, Valix is going to be caught here. Kaiser is going to be picking up the free kill there. Trixie already backing himself up in time.
I completely forgot about this lawnmower build out from Ember and Darkseer.
Yeah.
We used to see this a ton from Empire, when they'd have Iron Shell, Flame Guard, and then maybe an Ancient Apparition on top for the Ice Blast, and you just look for kill after kill after kill. The Ember Spirit is, you know, relatively mobile with his remnants as long as he can just keep going forward and he's sustained up by someone, or he has the defensive capabilities out from a lion to stun people, anyone who's playing aggressively into him.
Gyrocopter he's TP back up to this top lane. It looks like their plan is just to keep the Gyrocopter up here in this top lane in order to keep the Animage a bit pressured. Though I'm expecting just mass rotations, because this is definitely going to leave an awkward position. Skylark is going to be caught here, but he does manage to get off the cogs. Nemphy not wanting to make that dive in, knowing that the Crystal Maiden is there, and potentially more will back out.
Madara is pushed up super hard here.
Yeah, this is very dangerous. Boogie is at half HP, though. It feels like he's low enough that he doesn't want to commit for the kill on the Gyrocopter for fear of getting turned around on.
And Ember has no mana, so Ember can't really come up there and do too much. I'm actually switching Lion towards the mid to get some experience, get into that level 6. Does Trixie have any real big items coming up? Soul Ring, Headdress, nothing too much for the Darkseer. And bot lane really isn't safe for him anymore. Not knowing where the storm is, he's actually moved into the jungle. Oh, rushing the Orchid. Soul Ring, Brown Boots, Null, and then first Oblivion Staff is up. So Storm Spirit definitely going to be looking to kill off the Ember and the Anti-Mage. Again, you know, we talked about both of them with their win rates, their item builds. Everything is very similar in playstyle, and they do fit pretty similar slots as well. But they're also countered by very similar items. You know, the Orchid on Storm, as maybe next time we'll drop. But that Orchid on Storm can be incredibly valuable if it, you know, is built up in the next 4 minutes or so.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is the way you kind of have to play as a Storm Spirit. Against an Animage, you may have slightly different builds, but as you said, like, there's just too much value to the Orchid in this game against both these heroes. Okay, Sia's going to be run down by Kaiser. Just so hard to deal with that as a support. He even got off the instant Hex, but the Remnant was already down and ended up getting the kills. So this Lion mid is going to be kind of food for Kaiser, which was I was a bit surprised that they would put the Lion mid instead of having the Lion set up at the top lane.
Ember is jumping around looking for the Maiden, but not having any of it. We did see from Iceberg, from CIS Reject the other day, go for a similar build on Storm where he just skipped Bloodstone. He went for like Orchid Hex Shivas.
Oh, this is going to be awkward. Nemphy's going to be able to come in from the side. Skylark is just a bit too light. That Skylark Mage ultimate is actually enough to be able to take out the Anti-Mage, and they get the Winter Wyvern. Now Nemphy's controlled. He has no more Remnants, no more Flame Guard either. He's going to die to the Storm Spirit, and that is going to be an 8th kill going the way of
no.
Oh my god.
What?
Bottle? Is that going to be up? No, not even close. Rocket, Skyreth Mage, Bolt, as well as Kaiser running him down. So an 8th kill goes the way of Golden Boys. A huge fight for them, as that's a 1,200 gold swing.
That would have been godlike if he got away there, honestly. The Chains Remnant just run away, bottling as you go.
Yeah.
Like in Die Hard or something, you know, a building explodes behind you and you're just like flying through the air. And then, you know, the building throws a bit of shrapnel at you and Storm Spirit makes sure you die.
It's that cool moment where he's like standing in front of the camera, the building's all collapsing, and all of a sudden he just gets hit by, you know, a window pane or something, and it's like, oh, that was an anticlimactic way to end the
Hospital bed flies through the air into your face.
This is the biggest concern that I had for 4ASC all along, is that this is really going to be, especially now that we're really seeing the Storm Spirit get a big lead, is the Storm Spirit's going to come online a bit earlier than expected, and this just widens the gap where 4ASC are going to be ineffective at fighting Golden Boys.
Yeah, it could even come to the point where Anti-Mage, his Battle Fury comes at like 20, 23 minutes, somewhere in that region. The fact that he's on Perseverance now, if he dies, let's say, 2 more times, but dying isn't the big issue. Sure, it's wasted farming time where you're not really doing anything, but it's the safety of farming spots. Because if he's shifted away from his jungle, there's already a Radiant Observer Ward over here actually looking for transitions between camps. Oh god, if they found someone else down in the
Alex
jungle...
is definitely dead.
Yeah.
He tries to fly where he can, but it's not going to happen. And Kaiser blows his, well, pretty much half of his mana pool just to be able to get there to be a part of the kill. Now bumps him up to level 11. Is just doing everything he can to complete his Orchid as soon as possible. Nempi is going to run down maybe next time with the help of the finger. They get the quick kill and a bounce out from Ember Spirit. Nice pickoff for RUC. Definitely need those kind of hit and run.
They're actually not converging into that jungle to find the AM, so Boogie realizes there's no safe lane, there's nowhere really for him to show on the map, so jungle, he's got to stick in here for the next couple of minutes to get his Battle Fury. And if he can continue doing this, he will get that pre-20 minute, which is going to be pretty good for him. And they'll also have mech up on the Darks here. So Trixie should be looking now to try and defend these lanes and keep the tier 1 standing, just to try and get them that reactive play where they can TP in to try and counteract the Storm Jump again.
Skylark, he's waiting for an opportunity to catch somebody, and Valix just ends up running right into him. Skylark still has the hook shot, but is not going to be going for the kill on the Winter Wyvern. Not yet, anyway. They still have Nempi sitting on the side here. Missed hook shot as they go for Nempi. They do manage to get the silence on him, but Trixie is here, ready to respond with both the mech as well as the Surge. So he'll get out. And that tier 1 tower may be sacrificed here. Nempi left a remnant, but...
So that would have been Hook, Ancient Seal, and Mystic Flare, right? That would have been a kill on Emphy. Skarlak hasn't had the best series so far with Clockwork. He's missed a couple of key hooks. Game 1, okay, maybe a couple of throwaway ones where the game was already looking down and out. But in a situation like this, where that kill on Ember Spirit gives you a tier 1, it gives you so much gold for your Scarth Mage and your Crystal Maiden, that it's incredibly important. 5 people here from 4ASC would have been defending this, and you could have even taken a full 5v5 team fight.
An Orchid now for our Storm Spirit. He has that complete by 14.5 minutes. So this could be the critical striking moment. Nymphy actually picks up the Crystal Maiden here in the middle lane. Another nice pickup. They just need to continue to try and get these like one hero kills in the laning phase with the Ember Spirit or the Lion, because they certainly can't take a full 5-man fight. Even with the mech advantage that they have out from Trixie, I just don't see that being possible.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
7k net worth on our Storm Spirit.
Yeah, we already talked about Nymphy maybe having to go Manta against the Ancient Seal alone, but the Orchid as well. Oh god, Valix.
Yeah, Valix is going to be run down. Kaiser does have a regen. He's going to be careful though. OKC is going to come out, gets the Hex, now controlled. Kaiser's running low on mana. Is he able to jump far enough away though? Nymphy's going to try and run him down. Meanwhile, Skylark finished off those 2 supports. Nice jump over. Will be able to get away and TP out. Nymphy will not be stopped, but they do get Boogie. With a silence and a frostbite, they control him long enough that 4ASC end up losing one of their cores alongside the 2 supports.
His finger was cooling down 3 seconds or so before OKC had died. He could have had the zap down onto the Storm Spirit, but...
Wait, well, what?
Wait, who jumped in? Oh god.
He came back into his remnant. Now he's going to be caught. What in the world? I think he thought he was going to be able to get the quick kill on the Crystal Maiden.
There's a remnant up here as well, on top of the high ground. Maybe he was aiming for that and he clicked on the map.
I think he jumped down to this remnant and then threw the other remnant. And he was like, I'm going to get the quick kill here and then jump out or something. I don't know. I didn't see it, but I don't know. That's just a weird situation.
But yeah, then Hookshot comes in, Crystal Maiden picks up a double kill, and it was lights out from there on. Boogie, he felt he could get in with the Mana Void, but Storm had already created a gap between himself and the team fight. Actually went for the Mana Void on the Dazzle, who was pretty much full HP. Oh, the Dazzle. The Scarf Mage.
I'm trying to figure out if I like mech on Skyrath Mage or not.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, he's certainly got the mana pool to be able to support it. And he does need some tankiness. And I guess, like, as a 4 position, you're probably the best person to go for the mech, but...
Like, Crystal Maiden needs utility, and the fact that Scarth and Clockwork are going to be like a pairing, they're always going to be together. Having the mech on the Scarth makes a lot of sense when, like right now, they'll do this move over and over again where they hookshot in, Mystic Flare with the Ancient Seal, and then if there is a turn, or if the person in the cogs tries to battle Clockwork in the cogs, and let's say a Doxer comes in or the Lion comes in to stun them up, there's that mech there to keep Clockwork alive a little bit longer. Battery Assault damage just keeps on pumping.
Boogie and Madara, they're actually going to go for Boogie here. We'll be able to get the silence, and Boogie's dead once again. And I think you called it. I think you're on the money here with, what would you say, 20, 23-minute Battle Fury? It's looking to be 20 minutes.
I'm worrying that was a little bit too fast, the timing. Well, what does he actually have? 700 gold? No, okay, yeah. It's
he
fine.
should be able to get 20.
He'll get 20-minute Battle Fury.
Unless he dies immediately once he steps foot into the jungle again. But yeah, just not really giving enough respect to this Skywrath Mage silence. He keeps getting caught. And they desperately need some better vision up for him.
Has Nymphy decided yet? No, he's got 1,500 gold. Still hasn't chosen a Crystal Maiden.
That's a pick off right there. We'll be able to get off the Frostbite. 4 staff to the side. Skylark just picked that one up and will be able to save his ally with it. Nymphy will run himself away. Skylark choosing, actually not choosing, didn't have the hook shot. Still on cooldown from that top gank. Oh no, don't tell me, Boogie! Kaiser just spotted him out. He's going to go for the kill with the Orchid. Trying to burst him. Winter's Curse, though, will be able to save him, and Kaiser may actually be bursted down here. Boogie's going to try and catch up. Will lay down the ultimate, and he will pick up a 19-minute Battle Fury now, thanks to that kill. Jump over the cliff. Madara, he's also going to be caught. Boogie, if he can actually get this last right click, he'll be so happy with the progression he's made in just the last minute. Do have skanks here. Ultimate goes out with the hook shot. They can actually just take out everyone here. Nymphy, he's definitely going down to this freezing build, and the frostbite to the side. Boogie was able to get himself away. And I thought that was going to be a bit more than it actually was, but unfortunately, I think the cogs controlled the hero just outside of the freezing field, and then obviously the other two had to run through it. But
if they had one more hero, if Gyro was still alive, if Skarth was there, if any one hero additional to what they had there, and that would have been devastating for 4 ASC. But they got themselves a kill over on the Ember Spirit, and once again he's been shut down even further. But you mentioned Boogie, 1,000 gold on top of the Battle Fury now, and I'm guessing he goes for the Manta style first. Vlad's, I don't think you're gonna have the opportunity to go split pushing with Vlad's in this game, especially against the double silence out.
So things slightly reclaimed here for ASC. You can see the Golden Boy's advantage does dip down by a decent chunk. We do have this big old stack though for Madara. He's going to finish up his SNY if he can get all of this. So that'll be a significant upgrade. I think the fact that the Gyrocopter is just, with this early SNY, allowing him to be able to go into a lane solo because he has this extra amount of stats and he becomes really hard to kill. There's just so much value in the space that is created through that.
Is Bloodstone really the way to go on Storm against an AM?
I think so. Because you have the suicide option. The suicide, I think, makes everything better, because in those situations where you know the AM's going to be able to chase you down, and there's going to be a lot of scenarios like that. I mean, just think how devastating the ultimate is to your allies around you. Storm Spirit can potentially stop that in its tracks and actually have the opposite effect, where he heals up everyone when he commits that suicide, rather than having everyone die from him tanking the ultimate. I really do believe that Bloodstone's the best way to go.
Yeah, and I guess while you're ahead, just put yourself even further ahead, get those Bloodstone charges going. And the mana regen you get from it obviously negate a bunch.
Yeah, that's another concept, right? Is that if you are ahead and you can build up those Bloodstone charges, you'll have like enough regen to stay high in the mana pool, right? Instead of because that's the most critical point about the Bloodstone, is that, yes, you're increasing your mana pool, but you're getting a lot of mana regen out of it. So when you make those kind of jumps, you're much more likely to stay at, above half mana pool, and won't be ulted right away by the AM.
Where is Crystal Maiden going?
I don't know. Now she just right-clicked Lion for no reason. And they immediately freak out. They're like, oh god, here comes the gank. And no, just Crystal Maiden passing through, guys.
Excuse me? What was this play?
I don't know.
Like, did he go AFK and right-clicked his hero down?
And now they're going like, where did he go?
Was it an illusion?
Because they have a ward here, and they're like, he went this direction, but where did he go?
Honestly, the two things that would come into mind for me when a Crystal Maiden walks up to a tier 2, walks past it without vision of anyone. It's like, is it an illusion, or does he have 4 people behind him and this is a bait?
Yeah.
Either way, it's like, leave the Crystal Maiden alone. Don't touch it.
I think 4AC absolutely made the right move there when they immediately retreated, and that Crystal Maiden threw out the right click.
They even TP Trixie in. Like, Trixie TP to the tier 2, and now Crystal Maiden goes in. This is a real one.
Yeah, Trixie trying to surge out. They will not be able to catch him. Kaiser actually is now going to be Winter's cursed up, but there's no hero to combo off of it.
Yeah, AM's bot, so there's no mana void there.
Structures are fortified.
Where's Ember? So they know that Golden
Alex?
Boys are actually pushing pretty hard towards mid. They've got the split push going pretty nicely.
Skank's just going to drop the ultimate. Oh, God, that is not the place
Damn.
to drop that Cold Embrace, that's for sure. Right on top of the Skywrath Mage ultimate and the CM freezing field. They're going to go for the kill on Skylark here. He tried to defend their tier 2 tower, but it just being real bad for him.
Is under attack.
I guess, though, through his death, the tier 2 tower will stay alive. 4AC will back up and just continue to farm with everyone else off map, or most of the heroes. They do have vision of Madara right now.
This Lion, 3,500 net worth, but he's got his Blink Dagger. Well, jump power onto the Storm Spirit's going to be pretty huge. I get the Blink Hex with the Finger of Death, and then, you know, Vacuum Winter's Curse. They've got a ton actually to throw down onto the Storm. Now, Nemphy has decided he's got the Asher. Now he's looking for a kill onto the Crystal Maiden. Easy takedown here with the final Remnant. And Trixie even goes in for the Vacuum to secure it, but now he's caught. No way out, no Manta Star to pop the silence, but the Glimmer Cape from Trixie.
Yeah, that Glimmer Cape, the utility value from that, I love the pickup.
Did he go back in?
Wait, what? That is questionable play. Fortunately, he doesn't really get punished for it, and we'll have a refill. Madara, uh-oh. He's going to be caught here. Nemphy's going to be running him down. We'll be able to get the chains. The Ion Shell is taking him out. Nemphy got to be a little bit careful, though. And Skylark actually jumped in for the side, managed to keep everyone else back, so the Amber Spirit is going to be forced away, and it's going to turn around to be a kill on Volix. As that felt like a really great fight for 4AC, but once again, they go through that clutch point. Oh, Glimmer. Volix stays alive. Now they're going to turn around and kill maybe next time. What is this? Overextension, and then turnaround, and then overextension again. What should have been almost like guaranteed kill on Monterey gets turned around by the Clockwork Hook, and then Trixie saves the guaranteed kill on Winter Wyvern, and then Skywrath Mage is the last person to make an overextension, and he pays for it.
No, both of these teams are just trying to find that foothold. Get themselves a little bit further forward on the map. I mean, you just look at the observer boards. They're pretty much mirrored across, right? All across the river, looking for entry points into the jungle, looking for anyone taking runes, anyone that's just sort of stepping that one little bit too far into the other side of the map.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy how these wards just match each other. Like, even the creep pseudo ward to match this ward.
Anti-Mage has Manta. This could be the start of something great for Boogie.
It could. And he's going to need to do a lot, because right now Nemphy's still trying to work on a Manta of his own. And we've seen Ember Spirits, when they're forced to go into the Manta, it slows down their item progression so much already, but considering this is going to be like potentially a 30-minute Manta, the Battle Fury is not going to come until 40 minutes, and then you're talking about 50 minutes in when he finally becomes a real threat in team fights.
Do you even go Battle Fury now?
I think so. I mean,
like
you're looking to push this game as late as possible. I don't really know if you could focus on like early damage.
Yeah.
Because what if that means you stall up your late game capabilities even more as an Ember Spirit when it's already delayed?
I was just wondering, items like Desolator, maybe a Skadi if you want to stat yourself up a little bit more as well. You know the AM has got the damage there. If you are this brute force hero with the Ember, Cleave is always that little innate ability though that you'd love to have with a Sleight of Fist.
Yeah, and it's really good for defending. Though I could see where you're going with the Desolator. That would also be a really good way to threaten Golden Poise a bit, but I think the Cleave might just be a bit stronger. It's been a while since I saw an Ember Spirit. Top lane, Nemphy. He's going to be hit by a rocket, hit by the Storm Spirit Ball, and the Orchid almost finishing off. He will be able to get a jump away, though. And if they'd gotten that kill, Kaiser would have actually been able to finish up his Bloodstone.
Timing of spells is so important as the Storm, though. Like, if you hold onto the Vortex until the very end of the Orchid, you could have maybe kept the control and damage down to Nymphy with Ball Lightning Zaps to get your Overload damage out. But because the Vortex came, you know, a third of the way through the Orchid a little bit early, they used a lot of the control there. Oh, they want Madara. The Gyrocopter. You're going to go and farm this camp? Well, Boogie, not going to hunt. It's going to clear out waves. And this is the thing, if 4AC managed to keep all of their waves at the river or beyond, there's no real way for Golden Boys to, you know, push aggressively in without smoking, and then it becomes very obvious. But 4AC really got the game in their hands at this point, I feel.
Yeah, I think so too. They're in a pretty good position. Golden Boys really have to make something big happen in the next few minutes in order to kind of turn this, because Boogie's just getting so damn big. It's got 2,800 gold, level 17. It all starts with that one team fight, that bad team fight that they had, where Animage was able to pick up a couple of kills when it was supposed to be a death for him, really. He gets the kill on the Storm Spirit, and then they kept moving forward and got someone else.
Everyone sit behind Nymphy. Keep the Ember alive.
Dire's bottom tower is
Say no, Anti-Mage is pretty safe wherever he goes. And they've given Nymphy enough time now to get Mantis Star, so 28 and 29 minutes in, finally gets his first real item here. And easy. He's sitting 6,000 net worth behind the AM and the Gyrocopter, that's how far he is. But the Storm has been stopped a little bit as well. He was up at the top of the net worth and now he's dropped to third, but Bloodstone's done. Time to start racking up those charges if you can. And the TPs are coming out thick and fast. They want to defend up on this tier 1 tower, but Dire have an observer ward watching for every single movement forward.
Madara jump, long jump in, is going to be able to grab an MP, immediately pops the Manta. The turnaround though, Kaiser is going to be caught and Boogie just pulls him up. Fortunately, Madara was able to get off his BKB before that nuke came in. So they will finish off the Lion, but is this fight still going to happen? Yeah, Winter's Curse on it, maybe next time. The vacuum through the wall, and maybe next time not quite taken out. Now the freezing field, Trixie's going to be in some serious trouble. Pops the Glimmer Cape, will be able to survive a little bit longer. Meanwhile, the two carries hunting down Madara as best they can. Forced to run through that wall, jump forward, Nempi, good force staff from Skylark, who's looking to be able to get a Cogs to push back the rest of the enemy team as they retreat.
It's the most common. Watch this Scarth Mage, honestly. He's been running around in circles to dodge these creeps.
Oh, Nymphy. Yeah. He just barely gets away. Battery Assault not quite finding him. He really should have died there, but I can't believe the Skyarth Mage surviving, as you said, for so long.
He did a few little loops around the secret shop and got himself away. But Storm Spirit getting that Bloodstone and losing 3 charges pretty much straight off the bat. Not the way you want to start off with that. And the way that Nymphy had this battle with Gyrocopter as well, running back and forth when the Rocket Barrage was down, he really did time that well. Knowing his limits and knowing that he could come back in, as well as Boogie. He is, after a pretty rough sort of post-laning stage part of the game, I don't know what you want to call it, when they started ganking him incessantly in the jungle.
Yeah.
He's come back tremendously. His heart is basically done.
See, Kaiser's got a haste rune right now. See if they can make any use of it.
Wow. Boogie. Is he unkillable at this point when he's on full HP? I guess they could throw everything at him, but the majority of the damage here from Golden Boys obviously is magical, right? And which is what the
yeah, free pick off on Skanks, that's gonna be easy. So he can now complete that heart, and I think you're right. Full HP, he is unkillable essentially.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So where did the physical damage come from? Gyro nearly has Butterfly, but after that, you know, sure, you've got evasion, attack speed, and armor, you're survivable. But you need the damage item afterwards. And I'm starting to wonder if he's going to go for that that kind of stand your ground build, right? Butterfly into Satanic without the MKB in between. Because the AM with the heart now, his Butterfly is going to be a little bit pushed back, but his farming speed is so much faster than the Gyro. Madara has done a very good job keeping up with these ancient stacks, with the jungle farming, and the fights he's taken.
All right. Because this game has been delayed up so much, I may have to leave you, Durka.
How long until you
have to take over? No, it's supposed to start in 2 minutes.
Really?
So, yeah. as you guys can tell, we have a lot of casting going on in joinDota right now, so I may just have to pass this off to Durka and have him do a solo cast for the rest of the game. As, unfortunately, Skype being down makes things a lot more difficult because I can't just pass it off to the admins and be like, hey, can we stall this for like another 5 to 10 minutes? Especially with 4AC, I mean, I think we both kind of agreed that them pushing late game is for the best. So,
Definitely.
you check it in the chat. I still can't log on to Skype.
Excellent. What do you mean to tell them? Push it.
Yeah, just can you ask him if we can delay for 5 to 10 minutes? If not, I'll just
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
you could just solo cast the rest of this game and
Sure.
Madara. It's kind of caught here.
Dire's
Don't have
bottom
anything
tower
else
is
though
under
to
attack.
really follow up. Middle lane. Boogie's just aggressively pushing in, and he knows, because no one can really touch him at this point in time. It looks like they're going to try and go for Roshan here, but there's a remnant inside of the pit, and Boogie's now on his way over. Here to be able to challenge. He goes right into the jungle, straight for maybe next time. He doesn't really care if the rest of his team is going to be able to follow him back because his heart is going to be able to keep him alive for so long. They drop everything they have on him, and he's still half HP. Meanwhile, farther up, Madara has popped his BKB. Kaiser forgets about the animation, goes straight for some of the supports. We'll be able to get Volix on the side. And now they've waited out the BKB. They can go ahead and strike again, especially with Boogie about to be back up to full HP. They'll catch Skanks. And what more can they really get out of this one? Boogie has another blink. They'll be able to take out the Crystal Maiden. A support for its support so far. Can they go in and take Roshan for themselves now? Especially with the BKB being down as it is. Skylark, he's going to be caught here. And AM does have his ultimate. If necessary, he can throw it down to finish off Skylark. Or maybe he wants to be able to hold on to it. He does. He just gets the Clail on the clockwork. Now they can take out Kaiser as well. He's got the ultimate. No, Bloodstone Suicide, but Madara is now going to be the target. There goes the ultimate, down to half HP. Ion Shell ticking him away. They will be able to get the slow. Homing Missile does hit on Boogie, but Madara realizes he's quite dead and will be run down by that Ion Shell. And now 4AC will back up to take out Roshan.
Rough stuff. Losing a whole bunch of heroes there. And this Gyro, like I said, with the butterfly, sure, you lasted the fight. The rest of your team's dead. The rest of your team is completely ruined there by the AM and the Ember Spirit.
All right, guys, we're going to have a quick swaparoo here. Short bit of silence while we have Roshan taken.
Am I unmuted? Okay, excellent. Bye, Cap. Now I have to learn how to press buttons. This is going to be fun. Skylark on the retreat out. Bye. Alright, Cap's gone now. Hi, guys. He's had to run away to do another game. Okay. I also need to grab my in-ears. That would be a very, very good idea. Hopefully we don't miss any kills while this is going on. And I unplug this and move it over. Super cool production value. Oh, man.
Radiant's
What a
bottom
day this has
tower
been.
is under attack.
What a day. We've been super busy. Super busy. But, there we go. Right.
Radiant's
All
bottom
should be
tower
good
has
now.
fallen.
In-game sounds are very quiet. Holy crap. Let's turn them up just a touch. Oh, the jump mid. Nymphy with Boogie. They found the Crystal Maiden. Even with the Glimmer Cape and Frostbite, she manages to get herself forced away there by the clockwork. And now the turn may be coming in. Hook shot, not flying. The homing missile will just, chase down the anti-mage. Does close to no damage, though. And Boogie having this basher up as well. Ridiculous. Oh, God, he's jumped forward to look for the ancients. Boogie steals them under the nose of Madara. And at this point, it's non-stop from 4ASC. Kaiser up at top. I don't think he got scouted there. Nymphy just walked straight past him. And the Ember Spirit is going into that Battle Fury as quickly as he possibly can after the Manta style. Oh god, Cap is coming, he's scrambling around. So Madara, I kind of feel he needs to go damage at this point. The fights they've just had, the anti-mage with the basher now, that survivability is only going to go so far. You need to be able to pump out damage with the Storm Spirit zipping around, who's now down to 4 Bloodstone charges and going for a Lincoln Sphere, so there's going to be no Shivas, no Hex for your Storm. And defending high ground this game is nowhere near as easy as the previous one. You've got no big team fight ultis, you've got the cooldown, but that's basically just going to slow the advance or retreat here from 4ASC. Hookshot doesn't keep the anti-mage down for long, and Boogie should be able to just stand up on high ground, pushing through. But this is where they get a little bit of value. Kaiser is actually split pushing along with Madara on the mid and bottom lane, so the TPs will come back from 4ASC just to try and deal with that. And now Skylark is looking for the TP cancels. Cancels the Lion. But Trixie's here. He's got Greaves, he's got Force, he's got Glimmer Cape. He's got everything to keep alive that little old Lion. Meanwhile, though, bottom lane, do they have TPs to come in here? The fight's actually going on up on top. Trixie got the wall in the vacuum. Maybe next time with Skanks. Dire structures fortified. How are they doing this? Golden Boys are getting racks of bot. And the trade-off, it might just be there. Anti-Mage with the Manta Style should be able to pummel through this tier 3. Golden Boys, you've got TPs. You've got a jump bot and Nymphy right now with the stars. The damage is not quite there with the Remnant jump back. Nymphy escapes with a slither of health. And Boogie, full HP still. But they lose out on bot ranks without getting one of their own. The zip forward from Kaiser drops him down to 0 mana, but the Rocket Flare finishes off the Lion, and Boogie, Mana Void, not up for 25 seconds. How has this series of events really actually happened? All down to that hook shot forward from Clockwork, cancelling TPs. 4ASC, they wanted to scatter to the wind and try and stop the racks being taken, but in the end, Golden Boys come out with a big old advantage there.
And it's off!
The old Swapperino. But this has given Golden Boys not only a good old foothold in the game when it looked like things were down and out, but also a great morale booster, knowing that you've made this trade, you've made the play, and everything really synchronized well together. Nymphy has finished off his Battle Fury, so high ground defense should become a little bit easier. But I don't think he can do this alone still. Kaiser with his Lincolns up, 16,000 net worth now. He's actually making great strides to catch up to the Gyro and the AM, and AM is nearly fully stacked. You know, he can finish off the Abyssal Blade, swap out his Aegis for a Butterfly, an MKB, something like that. But he's nearly maxed. High cap. Oh, Boogie, where are you heading off to? Smoked up here for ASC. They're going to actually go and fight. They want to loop around. They know Kaiser has been split pushing this lane pretty aggressively. They want to go and catch him. But Golden Boys, they're walking in from behind. Hexed up. Madara's caught first. Boogie jumps forward with the Abyssal Blade. Madara's caught in the vacuum wall with the Winter's Curse. Trixie and Varlex find the big old play. The Greaves come out and they're all dead. Golden Boys lose 3 straight off the bat. Kaiser trying to find the trade-off. But with his Lincolns up, there's no Mana Void from the Anti-Mage. Madara desperately looking to get Trixie on the docks here. But they got caught in this big old choke point, and Trixie said, "Thank you very much, I'll take the vacuum wall." And oh god, the Gyro has no TP. He's used his Flutter as well. Boogie, he should just be able to jump and hit and hit and hit. The homing missile needs to get taken out here. Trixie, yeah, goes to punch that one. But with no BKB up, the Searing Chains, the magic damage, everything enough to bring down the Gyro.
Oh man, this game has certainly turned up quite a bit.
Who are you?
Hello, I'm back. Man, Skype being down is just like, what an awful day for it to be down. So,
Is the game?
so the whole entire time we were doing this series, right, I'm trying to like communicate with the admins, but I can't actually log in, etc., etc. So, so they know they've got some time. So I'm back now, and I can't log into Steam for whatever reason. Not with that account, obviously, but I can't even log on to Steam with a different account. So Steam's having issues, Skype's down. The world's just falling apart, Turco. What do we do?
The world of esports is dead. Like the thing is, like, 2 applications die or stutter or have issues, and literally everything stops, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe not League of Legends and StarCraft because they've got their own clients. But
Yeah.
Counter-Strike, Dota 2. Oh man. But yeah, there was
So, I think it was Matt Demers. He works for the
score.
yeah, the score. He said that today should just be a day off for esports. Just a snow day.
But
Oh God, Kaiser, he's done. He's got it in the top. Oh what? What?
he's got Lincolns.
Oh my God, he lived with like 100 HP or something.
He's still dead now, though. Sure.
Yeah, Boogie is.
Oh, the Force Staff, another blink ready, and the steering chains come through.
Oh my God.
No way. Greaves and Glimmer Cape, is this enough to keep him alive? He's just over the cliff. One bash is all Boogie needs, a blink forward, and there we'll finally have it. Buyback is available and up, though. Madara stunned after the Hex, and now he's locked down, but the hookshot misses. The vacuum back into the wall's big as well, but Madara dropping low, bashed up, and finished off in short measure by Boogie's anti-mage, and this guy is just clearing up house.
Still Kaiser. Oh, okay, they landed the hook shot. Wait, what? There's a range creep in there. All right.
That's the creep from Gyro's helm.
Here, I thought he had caught the Winter Wyvern, but it was a range creep that he caught instead. All right, this is just Boogie cleaning house.
Radiant's top
If you
barracks are
can
under
cut, oh, there we go. Cuts down one tree. Oh no, maybe next time. He juked creeps before. I don't know if you can juke the anti-mage this much though. Is there 2 hits left? 1 hit if it's a bash. Oh, the silence. Manta style pop. Blink.
Oh, the juke.
What? Mana Void. Mana Void. Who's got the Mana Void? Is he gonna blink for this? Of course he is. Beyond the godlike on your anti-mage, and now he's got racked in his sights. Buyback's not really worth it here from the Radiant. You know, Scarth and Gyro can, but I don't think they should. Until he goes to the mid tower, of course.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
What do they do? I mean, they have the buyback on the gyrocopter. They can still fight this one out, but it would be 3 versus 2. I mean, is that enough to take on Boogie? I don't think so. I think he's still big enough that he can take on both the Storm Spirit and the gyrocopter.
I mean, there's a hook shot. What is it? They can burn through his mana. That's one thing they can do. He's still got mana for blink though. Silence up, chasing him down and down and down. Yeah, they've got him. Finally,
Right.
finally finding the anti-mage kill.
You got a tier 3 in the process, and they got that melee racks at top lane. So I think things obviously still looking very good for 4ASC. A good restraint though by Golden Boys. Like, boy, I would have been bought out immediately on Madara. I would have been just frantically going, oh God, we can't lose 2 lanes of racks. Let me buy back. But he holds on to it, which is essential, right? Because he has to have that upgraded item. Like, he has to have the MKB. There's no way around it at this point. Because their damage is just not great enough to deal with the anti-mage right now.
Are they really doing this?
Well, you gotta go for something big here. If you can force out the buyback on the anti-mage for him to defend Roshan, that would mean a lot.
Right now it's... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, right now it's the mind games is like, they know we're here. Anti-mage is going to buy back once it gets to a certain point. Should we continue anyway? And it's just like a wasted time between the two. But the fact they got the buyback from the anti-mage, that's a decent hit. He's still going to get Aegis though. It's going to take a big contest here from Golden Boys to stop this.
Yeah, he's got that empty slot too. He doesn't even have to train anything away.
Trixie has Blink Force. If they go into this choke point, they are screwed. The hookshot misses as well.
All right.
Skylark?
Are they going to jump in? Roshan's down to 1200 HP.
Well, there we go. Back up onto the cliff. Madara's trapped. The Storm zips himself away. Darkseer takes the Aegis here, actually. They're trying to secure it, but the cooldown not going to do a damn thing. Madara getting ripped to shreds. Nemphy, though, the freezing field's doing a ton of damage. The BKB's kept the Gyro alive, and he tries to kill him.
That is insane. The fact that they almost won that fight just off of ulting the Storm Spirit. And, oh, the Winter's Curse. Oh, Boogie's going to be able to come back in there, go straight from Madara. He unfortunately does get the Glimmer Cape, but Boogie's still going to be able to... No. I thought he was going to keep chasing there, but maybe he's a little bit scared.
Frostbite. Can they kill him? Oh, with a man to blink away.
I'm really surprised he hasn't just tried to right-click down that gyrocopter. I mean, he was so low, and he also had used Flutter, so there was no evasion factor there at all.
That was super awkward. When he blinked out of the pit, obviously he doesn't have buyback, so there's that fear factor there, thinking, hey, if I die, the game could just end. But Trixie up on the high ground was always ready. The Clockwork on the cliff as well wasn't in a position to jump himself in because Hookshot missed.
Mm-hmm.
and he was in a pretty rough spot. So 4AC going for the kill on Clockwork bought a lot of time for Golden Boys to position themselves in the pit and get ready. And they even won that fight with 4AC taking Aegis.
30-28. What an absurdly weird game. The fact that it's gone this back and forth. The net worth graph has got to look real funky.
Yeah, 4AC had like a 10k lead with the anti-majors getting stacked up and stacked up, but the experience difference has gone down to 0.
He now has a butterfly. I mean, he's beginning to get to the point that he's 6-slot, but again, it's the fact that he's against some carries that, like, Gyrocopter goes in the late game, okay, but I wouldn't say he's more threatening than the Animage. And again, the Storm Spirit factor, which you're going to see here.
No buyback.
Oh, wow. That could just be the game right there.
Like that play from OKC, the Blink Hex to pop and then the Earth Spike to stun. Just opened everything up for Boogie to jump in and rip him apart. I don't know, Kaiser, in that situation, surely you've got to have your finger on Ball Lightning or the Orchid just to make sure. You've got the silence there to stop the Lion from doing a move just like that, but... Without your Storm, Gyrocopter, the weight of the world on your shoulders. Show us what you can do.
This point in time, 30 seconds left. They could conceivably just try and stall Boogie and give up the mid lane Rex. I mean, that right there, I mean, they just dished out enough damage. He's going to be forced back. And, oh, don't tell me. They're fully backing. Wow. That surprises me.
It's the AM buyback, right?
Yeah.
3 minutes, 20 seconds. If Golden Boy's all in for that, and oh god, what's your buyback? Oh,
yeah, I guess that would be R.
Help.
That would be the end of the game right there.
Like with Storm's buyback coming off cooldown in 45 seconds, and then Gyro more likely than not having one. If you're all in for the AM, and then buy back the Storm and Gyro, then just go and, you know, face rush the base. That could literally have just been a swing back again. It's a really awkward game for both teams to actually play this one through. Mm-hmm. Not because of, you know, issues or anything, just the way that it's actually progressed. So at one point we saw Golden Boys and we thought, hey, the game's over for them. The anti-mage's too big.
Mm-hmm. I'm just interested to see how this game progresses as you start going like 60 minutes in. How are the Storm Spirits going to play around this Animage, essentially?
Or the Ember or the Darkseer. Like, Darkseer is a really well-scaling offlane hero with his wall.
Yeah.
And that vacuum, as the BKBs get lower and lower in the cooldown. Well, I guess there's one BKB right on the Gyrocopter. There's... yeah.
Hey, Strixie, who's he been given the link to?
I haven't seen it. It's a relatively new purchase. Like, he bought it just before they pushed mid. Mm-hmm. So I've not seen him throw it onto anyone.
I wonder if he's giving it to Ember Spirit. Like, if that's his plan. Maybe he hasn't done it yet. But if he just gives it over to the Ember Spirit to help protect him against the Storm Spirit jump. Because surely the Animage is going to be okay. I mean, I just saw him tank the Clockwork Skywrath Mage ultimate with a Gyrocopter hitting him at the same time. And he only dropped to half HP. Surely he's going to be okay without the Lincolns. And I don't think the Darkseer needs it himself, per se. Like, obviously, maybe Storm Spirit goes for him, but well, actually, no, he can't really go for him, because he's got Guardian Greaves.
Yeah, he just dispels it off.
Yeah, he just takes off that Orchid, so he's going to be fine. Plus, he has Glimmer Cape.
There's smoke from Golden Boys. Walking into a DD Ember Spirit. Or does the Ember Spirit walk into them?
And he manages to barely jump himself away, but... This is it. When's the next Roshan?
Yes.
It's been...
It's been a period of time since Roshan was taken. And it will be another period of time until he respawns.
Well, I'm sure that's what 4AC are waiting on, alongside the buyback of the Animage.
Can I just keep the camera over the Roche Pit, actually?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot that happens at this point.
No one's going to get mad, right? Twitch chat aren't going to spam T-Tours. You're not watching them hit creeps. What are you doing? Why are you not watching them hit creeps? Okay, there we go. Anti-Mage is hitting creeps there. Now I'm going to go back to the Roche Pit. Still hasn't spawned yet.
Okay, so Madara can buy out his Satanic.
Illusion.
Does he do it? I don't think so, right? I mean, it's a pseudo second life, but you would much rather have the hard second life. The problem is the buyback's not going to be valuable for contesting Roshan. The Satanic would be.
Yeah.
That's the predicament. Like, most logic would say you hold your buyback first. But if your plan is to go out and contest Roshan, if you in your mind you're going, we cannot afford to give up Aegis and Cheese, we would lose the game. Then maybe you do. Obviously, Gyrocopter is going to try and farm up enough to be able to have both. Have his cake and eat it too.
For SEO smoking, like there's no chance that happens. Oh, they know where the Gyro is. He's pushed hard onto this lane. Who's behind him? Crystal Maiden. It's not going to be enough. Madra's dead here. So that buyback versus Satanic discussion, it's moot point now.
Yeah, now he's going to be forced into the buyback, and they're going to get skanks as well. An additional pick-off. He does not have buyback, but yeah, it's Crystal Maiden. What can you really say? Freezing Field is good, but is it that good? 4AAC happy that they forced out a buyback. Probably just going to wait on Roshan now, playing it very, very safe.
Is RoshanAliveYet.com? We need it.
You know, at some point in time, the Roshan timer does start ticking forward.
Oh, really?
Right, yeah, like it has ticked forward, right? I'm not crazy.
What do you mean? Like, yeah,
it's moving right now.
It always moves.
Yeah, but
it just moves super slowly for like the first 2 minutes or something. Like,
I feel like we have to decipher the bugs of Reborn. Like,
yeah.
once the clock really starts moving, what does that mean?
So I'm pretty
what
sure.
Does it mean?
I'm pretty sure it's the same all the time. It moves really, really slowly for the first like 2 or 3 minutes. Like the first tick or whatever is worth a couple of minutes instead of just one.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
2 minutes and 28 seconds. Okay.
See, that corresponds to the timer, right? Oh, no, it doesn't.
No.
Never mind. Ignore me. That's a minute off. That's exactly a minute off. I'm going to stop looking at the roast pit now. People will start getting angry.
Roshan just...
He's just going to like magically respawn now because, you know, what the hell. Screw timers.
Ember Spirit can trade away his bottle for another Daedalus. Do you start going Divine Rapier?
On everyone, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if you can get the Aegis for the Ember Spirit, he drops his gem, gets the Aegis, and then you go in Divine Rapier as your next item? Or is that too much of a risk?
I don't know. I feel like MKB is going to give you the more balanced damage output here, and the Gyro has the butterfly, but when has he been in a position where he's man-fighting the Gyro? Like, you know, head-on-head. He's been slicing, really. He's been running back and forth and remnanting, so maybe it is. Maybe you go for the Rapier. Or you can go for the even safer option, which is Skadi. Tank yourself up a ton. "58 seconds.
All right, it's all going to come down to this Roshan.
At this point, you put the line in there and AFK him, right?
Oh yeah, you just everything you can to be able to find out when Roshan spawns.
Oh, Lion's scared. They bought their Satanic fully on this Gyrocopter, so it looks like Golden Boys, and they're going to try and contest this. Well, they had themselves over there, but Skylark and Kaiser are both from the bot lane, really struggling to look and deal with this anti-mage push down in bot lane. I think Kappa's left again. Scribbles on the map. What are we looking at here? Dire want to head themselves across to mid, and this is just a case of each team pushing a lane and trying to force the other one to react. Mid lane gets pushed by Golden Boys. 4AC reacts. Bot lane is going to get pushed back out by Kaiser. It'll probably hit around here, and then 4AC will react, or will they? Because Roshan's up. Both teams know. Rocket Flare, scouts it out for the Radiant, and Boogie blinks over as quick as he can.
So, Aegis and Cheese, come back. Hello.
Hi. Yep, Aegis and Cheese. So, Nymphy and Boogie. Oh, Anti-Mage drop his treads for it? I don't know. Trixie could... Trixie takes the Cheese, Nymphy takes Aegis, I guess.
Hook shot?
He steals it. Got the Cheese. And now the rest of the fight panning out. The Storm zips up in the back, but Madara's in a position where the cooldown of Flat Cannon doing a ton of damage. Kaiser doesn't pick up the Lion though, with the Ghost Scepter managing to last through the right-click damage from him. So they stole the cheese.
What a split! Are you serious? They actually trade Aegis and cheese? I mean, that's got to be favorable for ASC.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But the cheese is still really good. I mean, you could give it over to the Storm Sphere. Like, say he pops the cheese right before the AM ulti comes out or something like that, you know? That would be massive.
That's what they've done. But 2.5 minutes of that gyro buyback is still sort of weighing on the minds of Golden Boys here, surely. And he's got himself MKB Satanic. So Madara, he's at the stage now where he's basically capped. There's very few things he can actually buy up into next. What have we got on the old darks here? Trixie, Shiva's Guard can be completed, but not before wasting his buyback there. And this is just the war of attrition right now. Hem them back, put Golden Boys up on top of their ramp, and make sure that they can't leave their base. They've really tried their hardest for the past 10 minutes or so, shoving out top lane as well as bot lane to try and limit how much force 4AC can really gain.
All right. I think I may have to leave you permanently now because we already we told apparently the admins told the teams much beforehand. They were completely okay with it. Hey, the match is going to be delayed by about like half an hour, but we're now closing to the end of that half an hour, so I got to jump over. I'll be casting MLG. Good luck, Durka.
Bye.
Solo cast. Oh god, I really want to see the end of this game too.
Do you have a Steam account to log into?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, Boogie. He was gonna caved up, but Home Missile still hits him. They've managed to counter push this top lane, and this is the thing. Nymphy is bottom, split pushing away. Golden Boys, they're trying to prep themselves for a fight on one front, but if they're split across them all, that really limits heavily how much damage Madara can do on this Gyrocopter. The Scarlet Mage with his Lotus Orb, maybe he can turn back a Mana Void, or maybe, Winter's Curse, return that onto 4ASC. We haven't seen too many, big Winter's Curses out here. Oh god, what have we got? Boogie. Agon's hookshot did lock him down for a little bit, but Nymphy on the front lines. Kaiser zips forward. He's low on mana, but Boogie can't find with the Hex or anything like that the Mana Void that will bring him down. Buyback availability. Boogie. It's pretty aggressive up there on the front lines, but Storm does have buyback. And Gyros is cooling down pretty quickly. Still needs 200 gold or so, but he'll be able to clear that up with the next creep wave. No problem whatsoever. 4ASC, 3 lanes pushing in. Skylark, your job here is done. Cogs are down. Push back the creeps as much as you can, but Anti-Mage, he's not done here. From lane to lane, jumping, blinking. Never stopping. And all it takes is one misstep from Golden Boys. One error. And that then forces them to buy back and really give up a lot of ground that they've tried so hard to gain here. Oh god, they've even got Boogie up at top lane, but he's jumped on by Kaiser. Trying to force the Matter Style, but Boogie knows that there's going to be no commitment there. Down at bot, Nymphy with the Aegis. Hook shotted forward with the Mystic Flare onto it, but the Glimmer kept keeping him alive with the creeps as well. Nymphy still hasn't died, and that expenditure out from Golden Boys is pretty massive. Trixie says, okay, I've saved my hero, I've saved my buddy. Storm wants to get in there and pound him though. Kaiser stunned up with a wall dropped. Hook shot, Mana Void's there as well. And Golden Boys backed into the wall. Madara. The Aegis is there for Nymphy. He's going to come back to life. And Boogie, he's silenced, he's dropped, he's dead. Kaiser came back into the fight with a buyback, and they're actually cleaning this up. 4ASC one after another. Trixie, all it takes is a hit here from Madara. Okay, maybe a couple of hits. But Nymphy's second life forfeit. As Anti-Mage has bought back, and he's blinking forward. He knows they've committed hard to this bot lane. Clockwork, TPing up towards the mid. But the tower, the racks, dropping low. Boogie doesn't go for the full hit, though. Takes it down to about 450 HP and then blinks himself away.
Haste!
Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage. What are you buying with that Demon Edge? Is it going to be an MKB? I can only assume so with a butterfly over on the gyrocopter. So what has he got so far? Moonshard, Butter, Abyssal, Manta, Hearts, and there's the MKB. All done and done. So the AM is now 7 slotted. With that Moonshard already eaten. I guess Ember Spirit, yeah, MKB for himself as well. Could go for the secondary Daedalus, but I'm not sure how valuable that would be. Well, Madara trying to make a Moonshard of his own. At this point, everyone's just buying Moonshards. Give me a pen and paper. I'll give you my alts. Oh, no, I can't. I need to give you my account, don't I? Oh, boy. Cap's now controlling camera. You also need to take my phone because of two-step verification. Let me unlock it. Oh, God. oh, God. Why is everything breaking? Just make sure it doesn't go to sleep. Or else you can't get back in. Okay. We're back. So 4AC smoked. Didn't really get anything out of it. Those golden boys are pushing up. But they're being scouted every step of the way. The gem on this Scarth Mage will try and limit the vision out from 4AFC. But positioning here from the Dire team is looking pretty good. They've got top lane pushing in.
Stupendous!
And Golden Boys, they give up on their advance. Buyback availability. Everyone's running through them. Anti-Mage, probably the biggest one there that doesn't have one. Storm Spirit, secondary to that. Down to 5 Bloodstone charges, Kaiser. But Gyro and the Ember Spirit both have buybacks here. So pretty much everyone. He's gonna have buyback by the next fight. I don't know if either team really wants to go and jump onto each other, just because the two key heroes for each team don't have that availability to get themselves back in. If Boogie, oh man, no, if Boogie finds Kaiser there, that's like game over. And look at the jump. Kaiser realizes, I do not want to get caught here. If I get jumped on, my Lincolns gets popped by that lion move like we saw previously. That's it. Moonshard, Madara, there we go. And he still has buyback available as well. And now I wonder if the Storm or the Gyro are the is the key hero here. I guess the Gyro. Like, sure, the Storm pumps out a ton of damage and lockdown and everything like that. But his actual damage output isn't that great up against this Anti-Mage. Oh, Butterfly Heart. Storm's not going to be hitting him. He doesn't have that right-click physical damage build that we've seen from Storms in the past if you need to go this late. Oh, what a night. What a night. Well, guys, for those of you just joining us, this is the Defense Group Stage number 1. Game 2 between 4ASC and Golden Boys. Game 1 went the way of 4ASC, and this is Golden Boys really... No, I wouldn't call it struggling, but really fighting for their lives, because this is... they've lost the past 4 or 5 series in a row that they've played, so they've been on a pretty decent losing streak. This is the way they get themselves back into rhythm, get themselves a win here against 4ASC, maybe push on forward through the defense and get themselves a few more wins after that. They definitely need to get their name up on the board here. Oh, well, hey, looky. What's your name? No, why is it zooming in on his forehead? Or his back, even? Oh, look at his pretty face. Okay, that's not a pretty face. That's him being bashed into oblivion by the Anti-Mage. Oh, man.
I have claimed immortality.
Easy Roche. Easy Aegis and cheese. Skylark. TP him. TP away. Yep. Trixie was looking for the blink vacuum there, but he didn't get vision until the very last second. And yeah, straight after this game, guys, we've got Monkey Freedom Fighters going up against Monkey Business. The double monkey on monkey. So many monkeys. I actually haven't been able to cast Monkey Freedom Fighters yet. It's like the one team that I've been looking forward to since they built themselves up. But Monkey Business I've seen a ton of. But definitely know where they're coming from. But for ASC, is this your last pressure push in? You want to keep the lanes as far forward as you can. Which is why Boogie's towards mid. He's got BOTs to jump down to bottom lane as well, where the rest of his team really are setting themselves up. The trouble is, Golden Boys have such great creep clearing here with, Rocket Barrage and Remnants that you can't do the proxy push. And it's also 70 minutes in. We used to see the proxy push a lot, 25, 30, 35 minutes in, where you would basically sit high ground with a big enough advantage, shove the wave, and force your opponents basically to sit here and deal with it. But because it's so far into the game and the Radiant have a good way of dealing with this, it's just not possible. You have to commit. You have to send heroes forward to deal with this. Oh, Madara, even with your Satanic and Lifesteal up, Nymphy critting and hitting hard through those creeps of the cleave. What are they pinging Roshan for? There's nothing there. You've already killed the poor guy. Alone in his grandma's basement, minding his own business, you waltz in with your SWAT uniforms and steal all this stuff. Oh, we're gonna jump. Boogie's caught. Manta style, blink away, gets himself out. There's no further control there. Meanwhile, down a bot. Oh my goodness. Ember Spirit. They're just trying, poking and prodding here, looking for a weakness. But Golden Boys, their armor is strong. There's no piercing point. Maybe up a top lane where, the moonwells are falling. The little buildings called buildings. Skylark is hiding. But I think Boogie's, just going to jump forward here, looking for the Rax. Hook shot will keep him on lockdown for now, but the Lincoln's up on him and Trixie behind. It means there's no real way to jump onto him. And Skylark's out of mana. So the hook shot isn't available. Golden Boys, oh no, Madara caught Finger of Death as well, but the Lotus Orb hexes back onto OKC, the Lion zapped down by the Mystic Flare. And Trixie, Kaiser has enough mana to jump himself back. In the meantime, they lost their melee racks at mid. And Boogie with Nymphy jumping back. No way! Nymphy Sleight of Fist dodges out from the hook shot. And Gyro forced to buy back here. They've still got Aegis. I don't know if they've still got Cheese, but they've still got the advantage. As Madara has to charge forward, he has to look for the trade-off, but he's not going to get it. They've taken down Mega Creeps almost here. Trixie just needs a few more hits in. Boogie, one slice of your sword, but he's dead. He's finished off. The vacuum wall, Winter's Curse, will keep them held in place. But they've got Megas. For ASC, even buy back on the anti-mage here. I don't know what they want to gain from this. Surely could have held on to that.
Tis mine.
But if it was difficult defending against super creeps up at top, defending against mega creeps, close to impossible here. Golden Boys, they need to shove these waves out as far as they can to the river, then smoke up and find a fight, but if 4AC don't give them that fight, I'm not sure what they can look for. That's what they can look for. That's the item. That's the Hail Mary play. Gyro with the rapier. Deal with the creep waves. Deal with the team fight. Just try and brute force it, because at this point you've got no other option. Nothing left to give apart from the rapier. And they've got nothing left to lose. 4SC did buy back on Santa Mage, which I still feel was a little bit of a mistake. The fact that if he dies now, you could see that bull rush down middle lane from the Radiant just to try and end it, or I guess down bottom lane. Whichever way they can get the creeps in faster. They can't leave their base. This Crystal Maiden, the Scarlet Mage, they're both going to be dying to the neutral, dying to the lane creeps. Roshan, pretty slow respawn there, 6 minutes. Before ASC, they've all the time in the world, honestly. Valix is baiting them. Hey, I'm a Winter Wyvern. He's got to blink away. He escapes, no problem.
Money changes hands.
This has got to be the saddest moment here from Golden Boys. Clockwork, even with Dragon Scepter. Like, do you even just throw these onto creep waves? Just hookshot the creep waves to slow them down, cogs them to trap them in as well, while you try and pummel them as much as you can with your battery assault and damage out. Yeah, look! Ancient Seal! Kill the creeps as quick as you possibly can. Spam your spells. Too bad Mystic Flare doesn't really work. Oh, 4 ASC. It looked like maybe they buried themselves a little bit with that little dip. Golden Boys found themselves back into it, but it's just spiraled out of control from there on out. Experience-wise, there's not that big of a difference, actually, as obviously both teams are... Oh god, I'm still on Cap's account. Both teams are progressing themselves towards level 25. Oh god! The Clockwork is level 60. How? Oh, I guess he jumps in and just dies instantly, right? The Scarlet and Crystal Maiden have a little more room to maneuver. They've got a little more mobility as well, with the Glimmer Capes, Force Staffs, and things like that. But still, Clockwork. You'd love him to have a Solar Crest or a Glimmer Cape of his own, something, anything. Shiva's Guard. He hasn't had the progression at all this game, though. A 4 ASC literally waiting for the next Roche. Because Golden Boys, they're holding their own. They haven't managed to push the lanes too far out of their base. But 4 ASC, they're just farming everywhere. Lincoln's is nearly done for the Amphi. And I guess if you can stack up your Ember Spirit anymore, then that's the way to go. Did AM buy something? Oh god, no, that's not the Courier Hockey. Oh, jeez. What is Courier Hockey? Guys? Guys, what's Cap's Courier Hockey? Help! Nope. Nope, none of these buttons work. None of these buttons are the Courier Hockey. Hex on Trixie. Never if he can sell his treads. But no, Anti-Mage doesn't have anything additional. He's now buying Observer Wards. Yep, that's the way to go. Buy gems, buy Observer Wards, buy Smoke Sentries, every little support item you can is always going to help out. Jeez on Lion. At this rate, you might even see the Gyrocop to buy up a secondary Rapier, Skylark, Shiva's Guard, Trixie, 4 staffs away and now surges, but he's not going to get hit by the Frostbite. Homing Missile will be launched, but he's okay. He's fine. Dinks him with a Lincoln's Pop. AM? Are you gonna smoke? You gonna try and backdoor here? Oh no, they're just gonna group up again. Hook shot onto Trixie. A TP onto Skylark. Trixie actually might die here. With the Dispel, the Greaves keeps him alive. The Wolves dropped as well. 2-man Earth Spike is pretty damn good as Boogie comes in to clean up. And that might just be it. Rapier's down. Gyro with no buyback. Scarlet Mage on the retreat out. Where is the Rapiera? I guess AM's got it. Yep, Anti-Mage drops his heart. GG is called, and that's it. Game number 2 goes the way of 4 ASC, so 2-0 here from them. But game number 2, by no means easy. As Golden Boys, they hold on for a long old time and really gave them a good run for their money. But yeah, guys, we'll be jumping into the double Monkey game, Monkey Business against Monkey Freedom Fighters in a couple of minutes. And Cap has jumped over to the MLG stream. I will be bringing on Scant as my co-caster, though. So we'll be back in a short while. Hopefully, if nothing goes wrong.